Welcome to the Midwest. My name is Jesse. I'm getting ready to go to jiu-jitsu practice here in just a minute, but I wanted to make a video, and this is about the simple truth of being healthy. This all started about a week ago when I was talking to a prospective client who I don't think I'm going to get this particular client, but I was talking to a prospective client, and he came to me and he said, I'm about 50 years old and I want to lose, about 20 pounds. Right there, I knew that this person wasn't in the right mindset to really get serious. And you might say, hey, why is that? Losing weight is a good thing. Well, to some degree, yes, it is. But whenever a person comes to you and one of the first things they say to you is, there's a number of pounds that I want to lose, and they just assume that if I lose this number of pounds, then that is a good thing. They're not really taking it seriously. And the reason I say that is because 9 out of 10, I would say almost 9 out of 9 people who do a weight loss goal, typically they'll reach it and then, oh, cool, I'm done. And then they get lazy and they haven't really fallen in love with health or themselves or anything related to their health. And before you know it, they've just had a few months where they had their goal. And then it turns into yo-yo dieting and looking at your body as something that is not deep down who you are, looking at your body as this object that is separate from you. And so I already knew, okay, I'm in for a little trouble. This guy, he had recently suffered from a stroke. And so I'm like, oh man, okay. So I asked him, some of the basic questions that you would ask, but he was cleared 100% to exercise and do everything that he needed to do to really take his life seriously. And the problem was he was looking for some simple hack, something like, just eat potatoes, or something like, go on this particular diet. And I could tell that was what he was looking for. Sadly enough, my advice is very simple. And here's some free advice. First of all, if you're looking to lose pounds, eat less. Literally, and I know it makes people mad oftentimes, and especially if you're really sold on a specific diet. But literally, just eating less will generally produce weight loss. If that's all you're really concerned with, that's generally going to do it. A lot of people argue, no, it has nothing to do with that. It's the it's not calories in, calories out. It's these other things, and there are really good arguments for that. And I don't want to diminish that because hormones make a big difference, and there's a lot of things that are in play here. But literally, you don't see people who are in starvation, right? You don't see them having a problem losing those last few pounds. It just doesn't work like that. Now, we can do a lot whenever it comes to what you eat and how that's going to affect your hormones, and that's really exciting and fun stuff to work with. But this guy, I just wanted to see if he was if he was even serious enough to just take these really fundamental principles and say, just eat less. And he was like, oh, and he didn't even want to hear that. Then I said, okay, another thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to exercise 30 minutes to an hour, 5 days a week. And on the weekends, you can take those days off, but at least be somewhat active. Don't just sit around eating potato chips. That was he just did not want to hear this. And the thing is, I really do. I remember when for the vast majority of my life, the first 30 years of my life, I was exactly like that. I did not take my health seriously. I didn't respect myself. And that's really where it comes down to. I didn't have any real self-respect. And it's not like I'm saying and so often in the culture that we live in, people misunderstand this and they say, well, you don't have to look good and be thin and all these things to have self-respect. And that is true. That is very true. But what I'm saying is that I respect myself enough to understand that this body is me. The body is me. I'm both body and mind. I am the whole thing. And as a result, I have to take care of myself. And that means not just body, not just mind, the whole thing. And so I said, really, it's not that bad. You don't have to do it's not like you have to do Tai Bo every day. Find something that you enjoy. Look at me right now, jiu-jitsu, okay? I really like jiu-jitsu. I am not very good at it. I go and I have a great time. I leave there, like a gallon of sweat every time on the mat. I mean, I go there and I really work out hard and I enjoy it. I look forward to going there. And I understand there was a time whenever I didn't look forward to any kind of physical activity. I dreaded it. I would avoid it at all costs. So I had to really rack my brain to figure out something that was going to give me that reason to get up and go to the gym and do something. And for some people it's walking, for some people it's jogging, for me it was weight training. A friend of mine who was very athletic and very much into fitness, he made the joke, and this is how I operate. He made the joke, "Hey man, why don't you just go get huge?" Right? And he, of course, we would do the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice all the time. I'm not that great at it, but anyway. So he gave me his copy of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, and I thought this was both hilarious, but also there was something deep down. I was like, I wonder if I could do that. I wonder if I could put any muscle on my body at all, because I'd pretty much my whole life I'd been a beanpole, and I'm talking like skin and bones, and so I started doing it out of just curiosity and there's that deep down desire of kind of building my masculine side and not just being this, this stick man that walks around. And so from that kind of grew into a bunch of things. I started doing HIIT. I started doing, then the next thing I started doing was meditation, and it led to other things. And so if you are at the beginning of your health and wellness world, if you've been like I was, my first 30 years of life, I smoked, I drank, I did drugs, I did all these things that are the opposite of health. The thing is, all of these things I was doing, they were performance enhancing drugs for video game playing and watching movies, which I have nothing against, right? I still like a video game now and then and a movie, but that's all I did. That was like my purpose in life, and that's really sick. So I would suggest, if you're at the beginning of your health and wellness world, if you're at the beginning of we call it a journey oftentimes, because that's life. Life is a journey. We're figuring stuff out as we go. We're exploring, but we're really creating. We're creating ourselves. It's a really beautiful thing to be able to create yourself. Who are you, right? Who are you? You have so much freedom to create who you are. And if you're at the beginning of that, I would say, first of all, understand that it is a matter of self-respect to take care of yourself, both body and mind. Are you putting stupid, dumb things in your brain all the time? A few stupid and dumb things are not a problem, but are you putting negative thoughts? How are you treating your mental health? How are you treating your physical health? Remember, both of them are you. You are both of these things. And there's no simple way to get around that. There is literally, you have to fall in love with yourself, and you fall in love with the things that make you healthy and happy and strong. So is it Wim Hof method? Is it breathwork? Is it meditation? Is it calisthenics? Is it running? For me, I'm not a runner. My wife, she runs like crazy. A couple weeks ago, she ran like 40 miles almost. In just one running. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. For me, I don't get much out of that. I love walking in nature. I love jogging around. But for me, I have to do other things to get me to take care of myself, because some things are fun for me and they're not fun for other people. Anyway, there is no one simple trick. I come back to this all the time. And the truth of the matter is, we start somewhere and then we grow. Small changes over time, they will pay off. Anyway, that's enough preaching from me. I'm gonna go do some jiu-jitsu, and I'm gonna be all like sweaty, and it'll be like a lot of my sweat, but also a lot of other dudes' sweat, you know, and then it's just going to be like just really gross, actually, actually very disgusting. But I'm going to love it. I'm going to be so happy the whole time. I'm going to enjoy it, and then when I'm done, I may hop in an ice bath. So, guys, I hope this helps. If you are at the beginning of your health and wellness journey, don't give up. You get stronger. It doesn't get easier. You get stronger. All right. Thanks so much. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to go out there and be nice to people.